If you're looking for an incredible multi-day hike that is full of meaning and takes you to stunning places, look no further than the Jesus Trail. This trail is almost 70 kilometers, about 40 miles, and it takes you through the Galilee region to places that were significant in the life of Jesus Christ more than 2,000 years ago. Yeah, many of those places are still here today, and the best way to see them is certainly by foot. This trail isn't only significant for Christians, and it's a great way to experience the diverse populations that live here in the north of Israel. The Jesus Trail is a multi-day self-guided hike, but you're going to have plenty of resources to help you on your journey. You're going to get materials like a guidebook and a map, and you'll also have this video as a guide. I'm going to show you what the Jesus Trail looks like and important places on the trail to watch out for. So the Jesus Trail is a multi-day self-guided hike, but you'll have plenty of resources to help you on your journey. First of all, you'll have this map. Inside, you'll see how to read the trail markers. You'll see a map of the trail itself. You'll find places of interest, and you'll find a list of accommodations. Inside the packet, you'll also find this guidebook, which tells you everything you need to know about the Jesus Trail. You'll also find this passport, and along the route, you get stamps on different parts of your journey, like at your accommodation. Two more things for you in this pack. You'll find a luggage tag if you're sending your luggage along, and you'll also get this patch for the Jesus Trail.
The Jesus Trail starts in Nazareth, at Fawzi Azar by Abraham. This 18th century mansion is the perfect place to unwind, and you'll get all the materials you need for your journey. Then you'll leave the old city through 406 steps, heading to the top of Nazareth.
And once you leave the old city of Nazareth and get up all those steps, you reach this place. From here, you can see a view of Tzipori National Park. That's where you'll be hiking.
After taking in the view, follow the instructions in your materials to pass through the roundabouts. You'll pass 7 in total, and you'll eventually reach this overpass.
So once you take those roundabouts and you get out of Nazareth, you'll find yourself on this overpass. So the trail takes you from the overpass down this staircase that you see behind me. And once you get down those stairs, you'll want to make sure you continue to the right on this path that you see here.
Follow the path and you'll reach a paved road. You'll cross the road heading uphill towards those olive trees.
Once you walk along the dirt road, you come along to this area where there's a street, and you're going to look for a tree. You can see there's 2 trees behind me. You're looking for this higher tree up here, and you're going to walk up this grassy area towards that tree. You can see here behind me there is this little opening in the fence, and this is where you're going to walk. So keep walking until you reach this first tree. You'll keep going up to the second tree, and then you'll find the olive grove. So you'll walk through this olive grove until you reach this trail that you see behind me. Take a right on the trail, and there are trail markers that you can look out for. Once you finish walking through the olive grove, you'll come across this next section that I want you to look out for. You're gonna reach this fence, and this is what you should look out for. You're gonna take a big step over this fence and keep on walking on your way. So you'll walk over that little fence, cross the road, and we'll find yourself at these dirt paths. There's a few of them, so make sure you take the one all the way to your left. Your next stop is here at Tzipori National Park. Before you continue along the trail, you can take a stop inside the park itself. It's a beautiful place to explore. There's a kiosk if you want to get some snacks, use the restroom, fill up your water. When you finish exploring the national park, you'll come back out of the park to continue on the trail. You'll take this dirt road you see behind me here. And when you're ready to continue, you can keep an eye out for this orange dot, which indicates the Jesus Trail. Up next, you'll arrive in Mashhad, and you'll know you're here when you see this mosque with the silver dome. Once you arrive at this mosque, you'll continue taking the road to the left. For your next stop, you are here in Cana. You'll know you're in the right place when you see this big sundial. And here is where you'll be spending the night in Cana. This accommodation is called Cana Palace. And when you reach here, it means that you finished your first day of the Jesus Trail. Don't forget, you do have dinner here, and in the morning you'll have breakfast as well. Just as you're reaching the outskirts of Cana, you'll pass the last houses. Keep an eye out for this house. There's actually a free water cooler here that is open for hikers to use, so you can fill up your bottles before you get back into the nature. After you leave Cana, you'll be in this forest heading to Lavie. And I want to show you again what these trail markers look like that you can keep an eye out for. When the trail markers are on a rock, they look something like this. It's the orange and white trail markers. Also be aware that in this part of the trail in particular, you could encounter some wildlife, so it is best to take precautions, and if you do see any animals, be sure to keep a safe distance from them. If you're coming from Nazareth to Jelenia, you'll take this path down here to Yarok Az. That's your accommodation for the evening. Alright, there's something else that I want to point out to you. Once you reach this road, you'll see this shop. This shop is known as an omelet shop. You can get something to eat here. It's a great place to take a break and have a bite. And when you're finished, you'll be at this junction. It also goes by the Omelet Junction. And then you'll continue this way on the Jesus Trail. So now you're here in Lavie Forest, and when you see this dirt road to your left, this is the path that you're going to take. And keep in mind that when you're walking here in Lavie Forest, it's very important to stay on the path itself. This area is beautiful, but it is home to many natural wells that are on either side of the path. So for your safety, please stay on this path while you're in the forest. When you reach the second tunnel, it means you're almost at Lavie, and that's where you'll find your next accommodation. Once you get through this tunnel, you're going to make a right onto the road. And ultimately, you're headed up that way to Hotel Lavie. And once you hit this road, you're going to take a left and take this road all the way to the kibbutz where you'll be staying. Keep taking that road till you get to the yellow gate. Walk through that gate and you're here in Kibbutz Lavie. And this is where you'll be staying for the night in the Hotel Kibbutz Lavie. So here you are in Lavie, also called Kibbutz Lavie. A kibbutz is a community here in Israel, and this is an ultra-Orthodox kibbutz. And here in Hotel Kibbutz Lavie, you'll have dinner and you'll have breakfast. Lavie is also a great place to stock up on snacks for your hike or anything else that you want to bring with you on the trail. Your next day on the Jesus Trail will look something like this to start. So when you wake up in Hotel Lavie, you're going to head back the way you came, back towards that tunnel, but you're not going to go through the tunnel. You're going to keep walking straight down the path. You'll end up on a road that looks something like this. Keep walking, you'll pass a cemetery on the right. That means you're in the right direction. And you'll keep going until you get to this fence. You'll cross over this and you'll keep walking towards the Horns of Hattin. As you walk down the path, you should see the shape of the mountain of the Horns of Hattin to your right. Up next, you're headed here to the Horns of Hattin. You'll know you're in the right spot when you see this sign. This mountain was formed by volcanic activity, and it was the site of a famous battle between the Crusaders and Saladin. And you head up these stairs to get to the top. Once you finish at the Horns of Hattin, you'll come down this way. Next up, you'll be heading to the shrine of Nebi Shweb. To get there, you'll walk down this path, cross over this wooden plank, and head down this road. The shrine of Nebi Shweb is a great place to stop for water and for snacks. It's the last place you'll find water before heading to Mount Arbel. And once you're finished at the shrine, you filled up your water, you'll head back down this path towards Mount Arbel. After you finish filling up your water at Nebi Shweb, you head down this road. You're gonna reach this roundabout. Here, you're gonna take a left to continue on the trail. And check it out, you can see the Sea of Galilee right behind me. And don't forget, this is the more than 10-kilometer stretch of the trail where you're not really gonna find any water. And keep an eye out for this trail marker. When you see this trail marker, you'll continue down the dirt path behind me. Keep in mind that when you're in this valley on your way to Arbel, there is only this path. You can't really take any other paths to get out of this area. There's nowhere to stop for water, there's nowhere to get food or snacks in this area, and there also typically is not cell service. But just keep going along the path and you will get to your next point on the trail. Also, do keep in mind that this is another area of the trail where you might encounter wildlife. So we do recommend that you complete this stretch of the trail in the daylight and that you're out of this valley before dark. Once you travel from Levis to Arbel, this is where you'll be spending the night. This is the Arbel Holiday Homes, and you get to stay in these really beautiful little cabins. They'll give you dinner this evening and breakfast the next day before you start your last day of the Jesus Trail. All right, here you are in your next stop. This is Arbel National Park. You do pay an entry fee to get into this area, and keep in mind that because it is a national park, you can't pick any plants or flowers and take them with you. So this is the view from Mount Arbel. You can see the Sea of Galilee behind me, and this is the way you're going to continue on the Jesus Trail. Also keep in mind that on this part of the trail, you're gonna find some hand rungs like these, so make sure you have free hands when you're climbing down this area in Arbel. So that is a really cool part of the trail, but again, be careful, have free hands, you're gonna be climbing down some ladder rungs, and when you finish those rungs, you'll be at this pathway, which runs along the side of the mountain. Sometimes you might find that that path I just showed you down Arbel is closed because of weather, or if you're not a fan of heights, there is an alternative route you can take. You can go visit Arbel, come back out the same route, and continue down this path. It takes you past the abandoned building you passed in the valley before. You can continue past that abandoned building out of the valley. After you exit Arbel, you'll pass by Wadi Hammam and continue down the road until you get to this roundabout. You see the separation in the guardrail and the roundabout? This is exactly where you're heading. And you're gonna walk through this olive grove that's behind me. You can see that this is a marker for the Jesus Trail. And next, your path continues through this olive grove. After you make it through that banana field, you arrive here at the Sea of Galilee. As you can see, it is a really beautiful place to take a break, to relax, unwind by the water, or go for a swim. And when you're here, it means that you're approaching the final stretch of your hike.
When you finish at the Sea of Galilee, you'll follow the shoreline north to continue on the Jesus Trail.
And here you've made it to your last stop on the Jesus Trail. This is Capernaum, and after you finish walking along the Sea of Galilee, this is where you end up. There are many sites you can explore in Capernaum, including a few churches. And once you're finished enjoying your time here, you can wait for a shuttle in the parking lot that will take you from Capernaum to Tiberias. And once you're in Tiberias, you can go wherever you need to go next. So you completed the Jesus Trail, congratulations, and we hope to see you next time you're here in Israel.